Hi, welcome to Teach With Me. I am Miss Jen. Today we are going to be making the next letter in our A to Z directed draw. We are on the letter E, and today we are making an elephant. This is our picture for the day. And we are also going to be making or doing the writing that goes along with this. You will need a piece of printer paper, a felt tip pen, and some crayons. Let's begin. All right, so we're going to have the kids hold their papers horizontally, and we're going to start with the trunk. So you're going to find the middle of your paper, and I'm going to tell the boys and girls, find the middle of your paper and watch what I do. I'm going to draw a line that comes down a little bit, and the longer it is, the longer your trunk is. And then it's going to curve around a little bit. And then I'm going to say go. Then I'm going to say, boys and girls, we're going to draw a line that's right next to it, and that we're going to connect it to the part we already drew. And then I'm going to say we're going to draw a little curvy line inside the trunk. And then we're going to come up here, and above the trunk we're going to draw 3 tiny horizontal lines. Then we're going to come to the top of the trunk, and we're going to make a circle. We're going to go all the way around and then connect it to the other side. Now inside this we are going to make 2 black circles that we're going to color in completely. Not big black circles, just little black circles. And then on either side I'm going to make a little line that comes out. Across the top of the head I'm going to come up here and draw 3 vertical, slightly curved lines. It's time for the ears. I'm going to come to the right of the elephant, and I'm going to make, it's almost like the number 3. Watch this. I'm going to come out, go in a little bit, come out, and then connect it to the head. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but sort of a backwards 3. I'm going to go out, come in a little bit, go out, and connect it back to the head. Then I'm going to come to both ears, and I'm going to make a line along the top that does not touch the head or the outer ear. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the body. So all you're going to do is you're going to come on either between the trunk and the ear. I'm going to make a line. It's a curved line. It does not go all the way to the bottom. I'm going to do that on the other side also. I'm going to start, this one's a little closer to the ear because of just where I drew the ear. But I'm going to come down, make a curved line that ends where the other one ended. And then all I'm going to do is this. Watch please. I'm going to draw a straight line that goes across. And then I'm going to draw 3 short vertical lines. 1, try to make them evenly spaced. 2, 3. Within each of those I'm going to draw 2 or 3 curves. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Then I'm going to draw a tail, and it's just a simple line. Their tails are not very long, and then it's got a little fatter end to it. That is our elephant, but we're not done with the drawing. Now, there's 2 different kinds of elephants. Well, technically 3 if you separate the Asian elephants into also forest elephants, but Asian and African elephants. African elephants tend to live in the savanna, and Asian elephants tend to live near the forest, sometimes sort of mountainy, or jungles rather, and meadows near the jungles. And but we're going to do the more of a savanna background today. So make your horizon line, and I'm going to show you my completed picture, how I colored it. I did my elephant gray, of course, and then I took my shading crayon, my blue shading crayon, and I did the sky. And then I took a brown shading crayon and I held it horizontally and I colored the ground. But I added some grass to some yellow to sort of mimic the dried grasses on the savanna. And then I added some little green spots in a bush because elephants use their trunks to pull up any grass, any grasses they might see, also any bushes they might see, and that's what they eat. I also put a sun in my background for some detail. All right, that's the end of our picture. Now for the writing, remember these are going to be attached to the pictures and it turns into a book at the end, but for the writing, I always start the same way. Let me show you. I always start my sentences with whatever letter we're doing. So this one would be E is for elephants. Everybody has to copy that first sentence. Then my second sentence is in a different color because my students who do E is for elephants very quickly can then write their second sentence, and I'll refer to it. I'll say, look at the blue sentence and copy it on your paper. I'll make sure they're using correct spacing, correct punctuation, that they're touching the lines. If they're not, then I'm going to have them, I'll erase it and help them. It is hard at the beginning, but it is so important that you are consistent. That's why we do this every week along with all of the other things that we do, because if you let kids write without correcting their mistakes, then they will learn it incorrectly. And it is much harder to fix something that has been learned wrong than just to correct it at the outset. All right. Now, the kids that have trouble copying from the board, I'll write it on a sheet of paper, a scratch piece of paper, so then they can put their final copy on here. I'll correct what they write on their scratch paper, and then they'll write it here. And then if they're writing quickly, they're picking this up, or this is towards the end of the year, then they can write their third sentence. And for this one, did you know they are the largest land animal? And I'll make it a question. I'm still talking to them about starting their sentences differently. And you'd be surprised. It's very common to underestimate kindergartners, but they are completely able to do this, and they are so proud of themselves when they complete it. All right, well, that's it. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you on my next video.